Give us your thoughts about another win at home.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. They're really good. They're really good defensively. Monterey, obviously, not having conceded in 5 games. So we got the best defensive team in the league on Saturday. We got the current best form defensive team today, and it makes it hard. And ultimately, the message was put them under enough pressure where they finally crack. Sometimes the ball goes in, and sometimes you put them under pressure by drawing a penalty, and so that's what we did. In the end, good grinding out the victory. Not a perfect game for us for sure, but midweek games are sometimes ugly, and you just got to get the points and move on.
Well, questions, guys?
Yeah, so has the success in this last couple of games been because you're adapting well to the opposition, or it's just you just have a world beater of a team right now?
I don't know if we have a world beater. There's a lot of teams in the world we wouldn't beat, but we don't spend a lot of time adapting to opponents. We make small little tweaks from week to week, but we have an identity, and we play to our identity every week. Sometimes we turn up the dial on different things that we're good at, depending on what the opponent might look like. Today we knew they were going to sit in and defend for long stretches, so we had to just keep putting them under pressure, getting to good spots, and then trying to make a play to score the goals. Weren't great in that area tonight, but in the end, we did enough to win the game, and I think we deserve to win it.
What does a game like this do for like the mentality at the end of the season, knowing that you can play a team that is going to defend really well, but you have the mental ability to kind of stay with it and see it out, without giving up a late goal?
Yeah, all these experiences help you grow, so you can reference them later in the year. We could say, remember Monterey when we were frustrated at halftime, we had all these chances, we couldn't break them. But then we were able to stay patient, keep grinding them down, and eventually, make them break. So all those experiences together as a group help you. You can reference them, but then you also feel it on the field, and you know what that feels like. You get the goal, and then you close up shop for the last 30 minutes, and you walk out with the points.
Any questions?
You said on Saturday that this would be the most important match today. Do you still feel that way? And do you think that
This had all the makings of a midweek trapped between 2 really hard games. Of course, there's a human element of thinking about traveling tomorrow, going to Birmingham, it's hot, the emotional high of coming off the win on Saturday. So how do you get yourself up again emotionally and go again? It's really hard. It's really challenging as an athlete. You see it in every sport. So we talk about those things honestly with our team. We challenge them. Say, can you guys go again and do it again? If you want to be a top team, you got to go again and do it again. And now the turnaround's even shorter. With travel against a very good team in a very hot and humid environment, you want to be a top team, you go there and win the game too. So that's our challenge now.
And from a personal note, it's your second time facing Frank Gallup. Do you think, in terms of managing style, what have you gained from that?
Oh, so much. I mean, Frank is, above all, he's a great human being, and he always puts the human being above the player, and that's something I live by here too. So sometimes you make decisions that aren't necessarily in the best interest of winning a game or succeeding over a season because you put the human beings first, and he always does that. And I think at the end of the day, it's just a game. There's a lot at stake. It's people's livelihoods, but it is just a game, and I've learned so much from him.
Landon, espero no ser repetitivo con este tema, ya lo hemos hablado, el tema de los goles, ¿no? Es el equipo que más goles tiene en la liga, pero revisando todas las ligas de Estados Unidos, todas las ligas profesionales, San Diego Loyal es el que más tiene, ya está a 4 goles de Austin FC, Haití, lo que he visto. ¿Qué sientes de ser el equipo más goleador en Estados Unidos?
En mi opinión, la cosa más importante de hacer en fútbol es anotar goles. Ustedes han visto esta noche, si un equipo defiende muy bien, es muy, muy, muy difícil anotar goles. Pues trabajamos mucho en eso, mucho en crear oportunidades, en definir, y al fin los jugadores tienen que meter los goles. Podemos hacer todo, entrenamientos, practicando, pero ellos tienen que meter los goles, y en esta temporada lo están haciendo.
¿Y qué significa que meta más goles un equipo de la USL que los equipos de la MLS durante su temporada?
Pues no podemos comparar. Son diferentes ligas, pero somos orgullosos en lo que hacemos aquí en San Diego, más que los goles, cómo jugamos, cómo estamos con la gente en la comunidad. Pero claro que sí, es mejor para todo cuando un equipo anota goles. La gente le gusta, nuestros jugadores les encanta, bueno para todos.
Dicen que los equipos que quedan campeones los ganan por la defensa, no por la delantera. ¿Estás tranquilo en ese sentido? ¿Hoy no recibes gol otra vez?
Sí, hace 6 semanas empezamos trabajando muchísimo en la defensa, mucho, casi cada día. Es aburrido, los jugadores no les gustan, pero les gusta más ganar. Y por eso estamos mucho mejor en la defensa que antes. Si queremos ser campeones, tenemos que seguir anotando goles, pero además ser un equipo muy fuerte defensivamente.
Empezamos, Coque, dándonos un poco de tus pensamientos del partido, el proceso.
Pues creo que era un partido de los más importantes del año, lo que tenemos de temporada. Ahora que venimos en buena dinámica, que es una semana de 3 partidos, que venimos de ganar a San Antonio, eso evidentemente es un plus de motivación, pero a la vez muchas veces puedes caer en la tentación de relajarte un poco, de pensar que Monterrey, que va más abajo en la tabla, pues podía ser menos peligroso, pero ni mucho menos. Ya hemos visto que llevaban 5 partidos al hilo sin encajar gol, si no me equivoco, y lo complicado que ha sido conseguir batir la portería. Así que creo que tiene mucho más valor del que parece. Estos son los partidos que hacen equipo, que hacen que el equipo se una para conseguir grandes cosas.
¿Preguntas, Coque?
¿Cuáles son los detalles que, en tu punto de vista, que es un único portero, tú ves todo el campo, que están trabajando en la defensa, como de la media, la delantera, que es algo de tu equipo que estás viendo que te agradece, que estás participando, ser participante
Sí.
en ese equipo?
Bueno, yo creo que en los últimos partidos, los últimos meses, nosotros que somos un equipo que nos gusta mucho jugar con el balón, hemos ganado un poco, cambiando un poco nuestro método de juego, nuestra salida de balón, participando muchas veces casi como central derecho, en ocasiones hacer que generemos superioridades en la parte media del campo para encontrar esos jugadores que tenemos con tan buen pie, Tumi, Guido, Charlie, Colin, Blecky. Toda esta gente consigue ser ese extra man que encontramos ahí, que muchas veces hacemos daño a los otros equipos. Eso creo que está siendo un poco el aspecto un poco más diferente desde el comienzo de la temporada, en lo que hemos crecido muchísimo y ojalá que siga siendo así, que sigamos creciendo en esta línea.
Y en los entrenamientos hablas de Amán, de Basel, o sea, ¿quién te da más riata en los entrenamientos?
Oh, si solo fuesen Amán y Basel sería más fácil, pero es que son todos, o sea que la verdad que no, bueno, pues si somos el equipo que más goles mete de la temporada. Esta semana sacaron las estadísticas de que más goles metemos, de que más goles hacemos con gente que entra desde el banquillo. Es que al final, si queremos ser un gran equipo, estas cosas las tenemos que dominar como está siendo, y como decíamos antes, pues en la parte de la mitad y la parte de atrás hemos ido corrigiendo muchos pequeños defectos que teníamos al principio y ahora no cometemos, y por lo tanto pues se da ese salto de calidad.
Creo que le comentaba a Landon que son el equipo que más goles mete o lleva en la temporada de todas las ligas de Estados Unidos, primera, segunda y tercera. ¿Qué significa para ustedes como equipo, pues ser ese equipo a nivel nacional, de ser el más goleador?
Bueno, pues creo que es un plus de motivación para seguir en la misma línea, y además creo que nos hace, aparte de la confianza que individualmente cada uno nos genera, nos hace coger una confianza colectiva y en los entrenadores, en Lando y en Nate, que hace que pues ellos realizan un trabajo, nosotros vemos reflejado en el campo y por lo tanto la confianza en ellos crece. Al final eso pues creo que suma siempre.
Y en el fútbol se dice que los delanteros ganan partidos, pero la defensa gana campeonatos. ¿Te puede tocar levantar la mano ahí en esa situación? ¿Cómo te sientes de la defensa para lo que se viene de cara al final de la temporada regular?
Bueno, pues los porteros estamos para eso, para esos momentos, y creo que en un equipo como el nuestro, que dominamos tanto los partidos, tengo pocas acciones en las que intervenir, pero siempre tengo que estar preparado, porque al final pues esos son los momentos más importantes del partido para la defensa y para el portero en este caso, y que bueno, pues que lo estemos sobretando como ha sido hoy, como viene siendo los últimos partidos, dejando muchas más porterías a cero de lo que veníamos haciendo al principio del campeonato, pues hace que pues sea muy feliz, y que esté cada día más contento, y que bueno, pues sigamos creciendo como equipo también.
Give us your thoughts about this match. Another big win at home. 1-0.
Yeah, of course. So coming off the back of a really big win on Saturday against San Antonio, it's always so difficult to get yourself up emotionally for a game like this. In the standings, they're down there, but they're definitely not a team that represents where they are in the standings. They're really tough. Prior to tonight, they hadn't conceded a goal, I think, in 5 games. So tough, and it showed tonight. We were only able to get one past them, and we usually are very good at scoring goals. So one will do it tonight, and we'll go on now to Saturday.
Local questions?
Yeah, a lot of the highlights have been on the offensive side, but the defense has really kind of showed up the past couple games as well. What are we seeing kind of from your holding mid all the way back that is a little bit different now?
Yeah, I think the thing is in the sport is that everything works in unison. So you don't just attack separately and defend separately, you do both things at once. So even when we're attacking, we're also defending, because we need to make sure that we're in the right positions to counter press, and it all, as I said, all works in unison. So it's something that we work on every day. But yeah, I mean, it's all coming together now, and it's coming together at a really good time in the season. Our defenders are making sort of plays. They're making last-ditch tackles. We're there for tackling in our box. We're strong in our box, and then on the flip side, we're also good in the opposition's box. So it's all coming together now, I think.
You're putting some balls in that are just outstanding to watch, and you're hitting the ball really well. Is there something that's changed in your game recently, or is you just kind of hitting a groove?
No, I am hitting a groove, but it's just the positions I'm taking up are slightly different. Last year I was a lot deeper. This year, because we're so good offensively and teams are so afraid of us, I think offensively, I'm able to get in different areas. So it's not a case of always I'm in the build-up. Sometimes I'm able to now be a bit more of an offensive player and an attacking player to create chances, and that's something I've tried to adapt this year, and something that I try to work in my game is being in positions where I'm able to affect the game in the crucial moments.
We're down in pretty late in the season here, in the regular season. What's the message as a captain to your teammates and just in the locker room during trainings, as far as to inspire them and just keep moving forward? Doesn't seem to be that much of an issue sometimes, but sometimes you got to pick them up. What's the secret?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just about going every single day. It's making sure that you're doing all the little things. So at this time in the year, we've been going now, 6-7 months, whatever it is, including pre-season, and this is where teams start to get tired. And they start to miss the details, and that might be little things like making sure you're doing your extra gym work, making sure you're doing your extra training, making sure that you're not doing extra training and you're resting. So it's all these little things that will add up come the end of the season, and it's just making sure that we're doing all the small details every single day so that we're ready come playoff time.
Couple more?
These home fans have been kind of on it the last few games, and now you have 2 games on the road. What do you think you guys are going to do for the road trip?
We're going to beat us. Whether we play at home or away, we're going to try and enforce the way that we want to play. We're going to try and play the game on our terms. Now we're playing 2 really, really strong teams in Birmingham Legion and El Paso. But regardless of who we play against, we're going to try and play the way we're going to play. So yeah, we're not going to have our fans with us, but we're going to bring the energy ourselves and make sure that we enforce our style of play on the opposition.